Hi guys, welcome to week 9 in the lab. We are halfway through the semester, so I really want you to stay focused today. And anytime we're in the lab, I know there are a lot of distractions, so part of being a good student is learning about good student behaviors and habits. One of those is putting on headphones or cultivating the ability to zone out people around you so that you can stay focused on any task at hand. Super great skill for life, for job, for work, for, when you're listening to someone that you love and they're talking to you. Focusing. So I just want to make this video for you today in lab so that you understand what's happening for today's lab on Monday. In class, we'll have played a little bit with Natalie Goldberg's Writing Down the Bones, which is our next text that we'll be looking at over the next few weeks and for the rest of the semester. And so you'll have a little bit of sense of who she is from class today, but today's lab is for you to dig a little bit deeper to understand who Natalie Goldberg the writer is and to understand her ideas about writing and creating. So for today's lab, you're going to click on Monday Lab, and what's going to pop up is the instructions for today. So for today, you are going to read an article from the publication Psychology Today on Natalie Goldberg. It's an interview with Natalie Goldberg. So your task for this discussion is to read through the interview with your journal in hand, and you will be taking notes as you're reading the interview. So things that stand out to you, quotes. Your task is to take down 5 quotes from Natalie's responses in the interview that you found interesting or stirred you in some way. So you're listening to her ideas so you can really kind of find these beautiful golden lines to write down in your journal. So remember, you're kind of multitasking. You're reading and you're also annotating. So you're using some of those strategies we've talked about a lot in class with reading apprenticeship and becoming an expert reader. Today I'll have done a think aloud or some kind of reading activity with you, and so you're going to use those skills in today's lab. So we'll click on it. So you're going to free write in your journal for 10 minutes on one of the quotes that you picked after you do the reading. So let's start with the reading. So you're going to click on it and it just goes to the link. This is an article posted July 19th, 2016 by Mark Matusek. It's called The Writing Life, an Interview with Natalie Goldberg. And they're talking about the 30-year anniversary of Writing Down the Bones, which happened fairly recently in the last couple years. And so she's reflecting in this interview on her own writing process over the last 30 years since she wrote the book Writing Down the Bones. So Natalie is one of my mentors, one of my teachers. I'll be seeing her on Halloween, which is why class is canceled. She lives in New Mexico and teaches at a Zen center in the mountains of Santa Fe at 7,000 feet. And so she is still alive, active, and writing. She's been doing it for decades. And so what we're doing today is we're learning from all of her wisdom and experience with writing. So again, you're going to read the introduction and then jump into the interview between Mark and Natalie. Anytime you see Mark's name, it means he's talking. Anytime you see Natalie's name, it means that she is responding to something that Mark said. So again, you're going to read through the interview, and I'll just show you how long it is, so stay focused on here. It's not very long. There's all kinds of ads and stuff in the way. And you can kind of get some information from it. So I'll just give you an example of one. So Mark's question is, has the digitalizing of the written word changed your creative process? And then Natalie Goldberg, NG, she says, well, I hate it all, and she laughs. And having Natalie as a teacher, even if you just YouTubed her, you'd find out very easily that she is a Luddite, and that means that she really just loves old school tools of writing, which are a piece of paper and a pen. She says no, that technology and digitalizing writing has not changed her writing process. She says, I still write with pen and paper and have someone type it on a computer. But rewriting I do by hand. I print it out and leave 3 spaces between lines, so there's a lot of room for me to edit. I do what I always did. So maybe this stirs you. It stirs me just because she follows this very disciplined process. So maybe I'm going to write here on, I still write with pen and paper. That's the quote I'm pulling. I still write with pen and paper. So I put that one in my journal. So again, you're drawing 5 quotes from the interview and you're writing them in your journal. Again, your journal is graded later, and so we'll be looking for this assignment in your journal. You can date it. Today is the 15th, 10/15/2018. So say this is one of the 5 quotes that I have. The next stage of this particular discussion is you're going to stop and you're going to free write for 10 minutes. And so set your timer, look at your computer, and go. So if it's 10:30 right now, then I would go to 10:40. So again, you're just free writing like we do in class. You're cultivating that writing practice. The free write that I picked is I still write with pen and paper. And so in my free write, I have a sense that I would probably write about how that too is my own writing process. Before I even jump onto a computer to type information up, I'm always writing in my journal. So that's what's happening in this discussion. Remember, you're going to practice your skills of reading, doing a close reading, annotating, following along. You might have to look up a word or two, and that's okay. Just click over here and then type in your word. What if the word is creativity? And the definition pops up there for you. So remember, you're on a computer, so you can use it to help you out, but don't let it distract you from what it is you're doing. Don't let it get in your way so much that you can't stay focused, because this discussion will close at the end of lab. So again, I hope you enjoy this interview from Natalie Goldberg. If I'm going back to the discussion, you're going to write down 5 quotes from reading the interview of Natalie Goldberg's. You're going to do a 10-minute reading response or free write to what you saw, pull one of the quotes and free write about it. Whatever's in your mind, whatever pops up, you're going to hop onto the discussion and click reply, and you're going to share the quote that you enjoyed in your journal. You're going to tell us why you picked it and what it means to you. So remember, I'm looking for one full paragraph, 5 to 7 sentences. So slow down and just enjoy the process. Don't be in a hurry, just take your time. That's where good writing happens, when you're just fully immersed in the present moment. And then the last task for you after you've posted to the discussion board is you're going to read other classmates' posts, and you're going to respond to at least one classmate, one in a thoughtful paragraph. Remember, some of you are getting dinged on your posts because you're not responding to a classmate. If you are, you're responding with one sentence, and I'm looking for a full paragraph, 5 to 7 sentences, and also you're not editing your posts. This is an English class in college, so this is a great time to start cultivating the editor inside of you once you've written it. So again, I hope this helps. I hope that you can follow along with this video and then hop right onto the discussion board and get started. Have a great day. Call me or Kendra over if you need any assistance.